right, everyone, just wanted to say thank you again for joining us for this demonstration. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going over RouterSploit. It's a cool tool that you can actually download and get installed inside of your Kali Linux distribution. And it's utilized to scan embedded devices on a network. Just for reference, I put these steps here, how to get RouterSploit installed. Step one would be to get Python installed. So this would be the command, and I've already done these. So if I run them, you're going to see that it actually just kind of gives me a reply that it's already been done. And just for demonstration purposes, I'll go ahead and do that. So you'll see it rebuilds 0 upgraded, 0 newly installed, and 0 to remove. So I've already done it, and I'll demonstrate this as well. This is, you're going to get the clone. You're cloning the repository where RouterSploit is hosted. So this is what it looks like. And then it says fatal destination path, RouterSploit already exists because I've already done it. If you do this on your own, it'll show a lot more steps and it'll show you how it's completed. We're going to actually change the directory where RouterSploit is now installed. All right, so now I'm in this RouterSploit directory. We're going to ls to take a look around and see what's around us. And this is the file that we're looking for here. This is what's going to get RouterSploit up and running for us. Oh, and prior to that, you'd actually run this. It basically installs some of the packages that are required for RouterSploit to run. But we're going to go ahead and skip that step. We're going to go ahead and copy this command in here. And we're going to get RouterSploit up and running. You might recognize it. It kind of looks like Metasploit if you've ever used that. However, RouterSploit is more dedicated for embedded devices. So if an attacker was trying to scan Internet of Things devices or smart home devices or routers, this would be a tool that they could utilize to see what you may be or anyone may be vulnerable to on a network. We're just going to do help to kind of see which commands that we can utilize here. We can see that there's a search function, which is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be searching for routers. So we're going to go search routers, and then we're going to get all the modules that are possible to actually run within RouterSploit. You're going to see here that you actually have a lot of vendor-specific modules that you can run. Some of these will actually go and find the default credentials through a SSH shell or a telnet, or even via FTP over a web browser. You got Juniper, you got Cisco in here as well, and then some D-Link and Linksys Netgear routers as well. So what we're going to be doing, I'm going to use a miscellaneous scan because that tends to be more non-vendor specific. So since we know what's possible, what modules are there, we're going to do another search for, let's see, scanners. And we'll see here that you have miscellaneous. You also have another scan that a lot of people will use as well for the autopwn. However, this one I don't tend to use for demonstration purposes because it basically runs through every single vendor module, and you really don't need to do that. So we're just going to do miscellaneous, and we're going to specify our target IP address, which will be my home router. So we're going to go to use, we're going to do scanners, misc, and misc. That'll pull up the module. And I want to see what my options are. So we're going to go show options. And you can see some of the options that we can manually set. In this case, I just so happen to know what my home router IP address is. So I'm going to go to set target and 192.168.4.1. We're just going to verify that that was set. We're going to show options. And we can see here that our target is now my home router IP address. And in order to run this, we are just going to hit run. Oh, I put my name, sorry. We're going to hit run. And also one point that I wanted to make, you can see here that the default vendor is any, which is why I wanted to use this one, because it checks, it ignores the fact that it's any vendor or any specific vendor, and we'll just scan the device. So we're going to go ahead and run this. And lo and behold, it comes back with some good results for me, that is. Because after all these things that have been scanned within the module, you can see it scanned the vulnerability check and default credential check, and it confirms it here that it could not confirm any vulnerability and could not find default credentials, which is great. That means that I'm doing a good job as a cybersecurity professional for my home network and keeping my devices up to date. So that's one of the ways that you can actually mitigate people or bad threat actors from scanning your devices for vulnerabilities, is just making sure that you're keeping your devices up to date, making sure that they're patched and not leaving any vulnerabilities or being susceptible to any backdoors or anything like that. One thing that I have personally is Eero subscription. I have an Eero device, an Eero router, I have a mesh network. So basically, with that subscription, it actually keeps all my devices up to specifications and makes sure that they're patched and the attack surface is shrunken from attacks. So it's a good thing to have. I highly recommend it. But I really appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us for this demonstration, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the presentation.